Flowers and Marlon Mack, that quarterback running back duo, what kind of challenge are they going to pose?
Yeah, they actually got a really nice offensive package, you know what I mean, with their runs, and a lot of people run the zone read or the ride G sweep. So a lot of guys have it in their arsenal, but most times in those games, you're like, yeah, let the quarterback run it, you know what I mean, we'll tackle him. You pick your poison, you let Mack run it, you let, Flowers run it, you know what I mean, they present a lot of problems. They got some, good play action stuff off of it too. And I think, they've devised a really good offensive package that fits Flowers' skill set, because he's still got a strong arm. And also, with Mack, a guy, he's dynamic and he can run. So they got a really good scheme.
One thing I noticed was kind of interesting is they're one of the better teams in the conference in explosive plays over 20 yards, and obviously that's a big deal for you guys, trying to limit that. And I know obviously been successful. I think top 5 in the country right now. You guys are on defense for that. How important is that for you guys to be able to limit explosive?
Well, it's huge because it gives you a chance. Anytime you make people go the long hard way, it gives you a chance. You don't ever want to give up the big play, because when you stop people, then you make them line up and play again. You never know what happens. You know what I mean? You can get a fumble or interception, but when you give up big plays, it's hard to play defense. And so obviously they're very explosive, and we got to find a way to stop them.
And then conference-wise, I know you get asked a lot about being in a conference. Could you imagine kind of how perfect this was going to play out? To have 3 teams in the top 25. You got Memphis and Houston coming up, going to be top 25 games. Just the way this has played out for the conference this year in the first year.
Just the thing that's cool about it, I'm excited for a conference. I'm excited for Temple to play Notre Dame this week. That's exciting. It's exciting to see how good Houston's doing, and Memphis, obviously huge wins. All of those guys have had huge wins. It's exciting to watch it. Now, eventually we got to play them, so that's going to be tough. But it's great for our conference that there's so many there's so many good teams, and just hopefully we continue to play well, and we'll see what happens.
And then Florida specifically, you got USF, UCF in the conference. How important of a recruiting state is that for you guys going forward, being able to play there every few years?
I think it's going to help us. It's a state we like to continue to recruit in. Coach Jasper, Coach Colton are there. And so we're trying to do the best we can, and hopefully this helps us in recruiting. Not only being in this conference, having teams in Florida, but hopefully doing well there too.
Sweet. Thank you, Coach.
I wanted to talk to you about 2 guys in particular on this team. Quentin Flowers, the quarterback, and Marlon Mack, the tailback. I guess let's start with Flowers. What are you seeing in that kid?
Great athlete, can throw, can run. He's a game changer, just a tremendous athlete. He can do it all.
I guess he looked pretty good rushing for 200 yards against SMU last Saturday.
Yeah, he broke a lot of runs. You got to watch him on every play. He's a little bit like our quarterback. He has the ball in his hand, and he's not afraid to take advantage of it.
I think the one day he looks a little thicker. I haven't seen him in person, but on the
I'm assuming he is. The way he runs, he's very
looks
physical.
Like a fullback.
Yeah, he runs hard, and he's very fast. He's a great athlete. Great athlete.
What about Marlon Mack? Here's a guy that was the American Athletic Conference Rookie of the Year last year, put up some big numbers, was doing well this year until he got the hammy issue, but I'm pretty sure you're going to see him on Saturday.
Yeah, which is too bad. Yeah, great speed, great back, he has great eyes. Both of them are game changers. If you don't take care of those 2 guys, you're going to have big problems. So, and they got a lot of other guys on the team too. The receiving core is really good. The old linemen are really good. It's a good football team.
Is Mack a between the tackles guy, or can he get the edge?
He'll do a little bit of everything. He'll get the edge, and he'll run it inside too. So he's a really good back, and they've got a whole stable of them. They're a good football team.
Do Flowers and Mack do some read option stuff, or I would imagine that if they do some mesh stuff where you don't know which one of the two is getting the ball, that makes it even tougher.
They do that, all the modern option stuff. So you got to make sure you take care of both of them. It's hard to account for a quarterback. A lot of defenses don't have anything for the quarterback. You take care of everybody else, but you don't assume that he's going to be the guy that can beat you, and he can.
Right, and it sounds, from what I understand, their offense is starting to click a little more because this kid's growing up at quarterback. Have you seen that based on the progression of film? Does it look like
he looked really good to me the first game I saw him?
Oh, really? Okay.
But he has, just like everybody, he gets better the more games he plays, just like our guys or anybody's players. He looks very, very comfortable in the offense. He makes good calls, and he's not forcing the ball. He'll pull it down and run it. So he's a dangerous weapon.
All right, thank you, Coach. When you have a game like last week, do the offensive guys take that personally?
I mean, we got the W. That's the only thing that we care about. And, you know, obviously you got some sort of pride about yourself as an offense and, you know, having kind of sputtered a little bit. You know, we you know, didn't want to revisit that. So, you know, we watched the film, corrected the mistakes. We made a lot of mistakes. The good thing is we didn't turn the football over, and I think that's what made the difference for us. And, you know, it's football. You know, you're going to face adversity. You're going to have good days, bad days. You're going to have good plays, bad plays within the course of a game. The important thing is to stay level, and that's the one thing that, you know, I was trying to relay to all the guys. Just stay level, keep playing. Good things are going to happen for us.
You feel you want to get bounced back, though, offensively this week?
I mean, yeah, I guess you could say that. You know, we're going to prepare. We're going to look at that defense again. We're going to prepare for what we think they might run and then game plan and then come out and adjust with whatever they decide to do.
What obviously, I mean, Coach Jasper's really good at trying to find some soft spots, find something that works. It just didn't happen this game with the rushing game. Is it just a case where there was nowhere to run? I mean, it's not on the skill guys. It's the O-line wasn't creating any holes?
No, I wouldn't say that. I just think, you know, at the end of the day, we had some plays where we were able to exploit them and get nice chunks of yards. And we looked at that at the film, and you know, we added that to the game plan and make that, you know, part of the essential parts of our game plan. And you know, I think for not having practiced that defense for 2 weeks and then coming out and having to pretty much build a game plan on the fly, I'm pretty proud of the offense. And those guys are good up front. I think that's one thing that kind of goes unnoticed is they're really good up front. I mean, talk to the guys, talk to the O-line, EK, Joey. You know, they say best O-line, best D-line they've played all year. And I mean, that's really saying something considering some of the teams we played.
All right, thanks, Keenan. Obviously, that was a tough sledding last week. I mean, you had mentioned in the press conference that they felt like they kind of hit you in the throat with the mouth. Or what kind of, is that something as O-lineman you kind of take personally and want to make sure it doesn't happen again?
Well, first of all, we're happy that we came out with the win. But going over the tape, yeah, as O-lineman, you take pride in, you know, stuff like that. Or, you know, how do I say it? I'm sorry.
Take pride in not letting that happen.
And not letting that happen. So we were watching the film and saw, like, we got ours, they got some of theirs. But we definitely had to fight every single snap. And, yeah, so just looking on the film, we saw a lot of things that we need to correct for this upcoming week. So, and the main thing is just going back to techniques. There's a lot of small technique issues that we should have taken care of. But, yeah, just, you know, put that game behind us and learn from it. Definitely try to come out and be more physical this week.
Coach Ingram talked about them covering up all the linemen. Is that not something you've seen very often during your career?
We've seen it a couple times.
Has Army did that?
Yeah, Army's done it. You know, Western Kentucky's done it. I think what separated this time, well, we weren't prepared for it first, but then just the talent they have on the D-line, you know, definitely make sure I give them credit for that. It made it a lot more difficult than, you know, the other people we've played. Right. So them doing that definitely, you know, challenged us because, you know, it's an individual matchup and you have to, you know, win your battle individually. So that makes it a lot harder on us as a unit.
Well, that's what Coach Jasper said. I mean, when the team has success against the option, other teams take notice, and there is a chance some other team could try to come out with a similar scheme. They might not have the same players, but if you do see this type of defense again, do you feel like you'll be better prepared?
Oh, completely. I mean, you know, definitely. Coach Ingram said we're going to see it again, so there'll be no surprises. Definitely have some plays drawn up for it, and just know that if they do come out, we have the right mindset, knowing that it's going to be a physical game, and we just have to, you know, fine-tune our techniques during the game. So,
all right.
That's about it.
Thanks, EK.